6 teams are remaining. Things are about to heat up. One final match in the upper bracket will decide our first finalist. The loser will fall down to the lower bracket finals for the last chance to get to the grand finals. The stakes are high. My playoff predictions went quite well so far. Let's predict who will be the first finalist and who will reach the finals in the lower bracket. Let's go! Upper bracket, BTK vs Onic PH. BTK secured top 3. They are about to have a match to reach the M3 finals. EVOS SG match pretty much confirmed MPL nah. Munton has to give them MPL, no discussion there. Nobody expected them to do so well. Nobody. Unless you were a BTK fan, I don't believe anyone would even tip them for top 5. Can they reach the finals? It's gonna be tough. Their opponent is a bit different from what they've been fighting. Yes, they faced Blacklist International and beat them. But it was clear Blacklist went with a bad strategy to just focus Zayn in the draft, and that lost them the series. Onic PH won't probably fall into the same pit probably. Kyrie and his team also do things you wouldn't see other pro teams do. Onik sometimes do what I call 6-dimensional plays. I don't really know how to really describe it. I think they did it in the group stage at MPL PH Season 8. I think it was smart Omega. They lost in the end, but that was some interesting stuff Onik did. Some people have been saying this will be a test for Zayn. He's going to be fighting against a true assassin player. I'm saying they are overrating it. Onik is a different team. They play heavily on the objectives. They prefer destroying towers over team fighting. BTK will try to give Onik a fight, but PH won't be taking it. In their match against RRQ, Onik also behaved that way. They played towards objectives instead of kills, and that's what allowed them to come back in games where RRQ had a lead from pickoffs and Onik errors. I say this match will be a test in how BTK handles a pro team that is purely focusing on objectives. I think BTK will struggle with Onik playstyle. Onik is on a run. 2 clean 3-0 series back-to-back. If you are a BTK fan, you can't deny you are worried about this game. Beating RRQ 3-0 is definitely an achievement. Onik hasn't lost a single game since their first group match against their Indonesian counterparts Onik Indonesia. So, about the score, well, BTK proved me wrong once and did the impossible. But I think they are gonna struggle with the way Onik plays. I see only 3 possible outcomes: a clean 3-0 for Onik, an easy 3-1 win for Onik, or another 3-2 for BTK. I don't know. I don't actually know. I've watched both of these teams play in their native scenes, and I still can't decide who do I think is going to win. M3 is sort of similar to M2, so why not 3-2 BTK win? I am not confident at all. It's going to be an interesting match. Honestly, I can see Onik winning 3-0 or 3-1 with the same probability as BTK winning. Enough talking. BTK, I choose you. Lower bracket, RRQ vs Blacklist International. Blacklist journey is becoming suspiciously similar to one of Brent. Brent fell to the lower bracket and defeated 2 Indonesian teams back-to-back. Blacklist is close to doing the same exact thing. They are a monster team. You cannot count out this Blacklist squad. BTK gave them a wake-up call, and Bonchan with Venus won't allow any errors anymore. They need to win M3, for their country and for their international dignity. If Blacklist gets to another international final and chokes it yet again, I will award them with the Grand Bottlers Award. If you don't know what bottlers mean, it can refer to people screwing up. This, I guess, slang term is used in England. I usually hear it in football/soccer games when teams are leading 2-0, but end up losing 2-3. They bottled the game. I mean, if Blacklist International loses, they should consider renaming themselves to Blacklist Philippines because they seem to win grand finals only in the Philippines. Enough of joking. Honestly, M3 is quite similar to M2. I am confident in them reaching the grand finals. At this point, I don't believe RRQ has it in them to win the M tournament. They failed at M1 against EVOS Legends. They failed against Burmese Ghouls and later Bren Esports at M2. They still have players who have experienced this disappointment, and when they lost to Onik, you could see how shocked RRQ players were. I think Blacklist will finish the job and kill off the last Indonesian team, then they will smash the winner of the match between Todak and EVOS SG, reaching the lower bracket finals. RRQ is gonna try their best to come up with some strategy to beat Blacklist in the last few remaining hours, but I don't think they'll be able to. It's not even a daring prediction, as I said, they already kicked out the strongest Indonesian team. I am gonna for 3-1 Blacklist win. I don't see RRQ beating Blacklist. Todak vs EVOS SG. I have no clue about this one, it's a complete coin flip. Both teams have an exact 50% chance to win in my opinion. Todak managed to carry Malaysia on their back and secured top 6 placement, undoing Team SMG humiliating performance. They still got it. 3 times in a row, Todak got themselves into the top 6. I thought MPL Malaysia Finals and later MPL Invitational were preludes to their demise, but no. Todak got themselves back together and entered M3 with a bang bang, no pun intended. Even in their darkest hour, Todak will always be there to rise up and carry Malaysia. Malaysia could have become a region that has severely declined in quality since M2. But one team smashed the table and said no. Twice Todak was nearing their end in the lower bracket, twice they decided to fight the odds and reverse sweep both Siusun and Navi. They stood strong once again and I applaud them. EVOS SG performed as many predicted. They bested Bidel, lost to a winner of BTK vs Blacklist match. Now they will face Todak to possibly reach the top 4. I'd like to talk a bit more about EVOS, but I don't really have anything to say. They performed exactly as many of us expected them to do when we saw the playoffs tree. GG's to EVOS. They remain to be a traditional M tournament participant I can look forward to see playing and achieving something impressive. I think both teams are going to be up for it, and after a thrilling 5 games we will see EVOS SG on top. Of this match is very equal. I can definitely see Todak getting the win. Also, one extra prediction. Whoever comes victorious from the Blacklist RRQ game is beating either Todak or EVOS. If it's Blacklist, then I am going to say 3-0 sweep. If it's RRQ, then 3-1 win. That's all for today. Do you agree with my predictions? What are your predictions for the last 6 teams in the playoffs? Feel free to write in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time at my Grand Finals predictions.